Hello, this second video of New Australian Republic, and this one is a little rant on the hidden perversity of tax avoidance and tax evasion. So, here's what we know. The British government spends more than it earns. It borrows money to service the gap, that's the deficit. This money adds up, and that's national debt. It's rising rapidly. Now, one of the reasons we spend more than we earn as a government is because of tax avoidance and tax evasion, run to billions of pounds a year. Now, here's where it all gets bizarre, or cruel. So, rich people avoid tax. The government needs to borrow money to buy the things it needs to buy to keep us happy. Because if the government doesn't supply us with the correct services we require, then it will essentially break the social contract whereby we go, we won't get rid of you if you do this, this and this for us, such as have an NHS, free education, and keep law and order and defend the country. So at the minute, each British taxpayer is paying around £2,000 a year to service the national debt. That's just, it's not going down. That's just paying the interest on the mortgage of the country. It cost us about 15 grand each to start paying it down each year. So here's the evil part of it all. The British government is one of the best countries to borrow money, to lend money to, just because the British government hasn't defaulted on its debt since the 17th century. The reason for this is because of Parliament. The deal came after Magna Carta, and then as the nobles got stronger and the king got weaker, culminates in the Civil War, and it's no taxation without representation. So for the king to levy new taxes, he needed Parliament to say, yes, you can levy those taxes on us. Now, at that time, only rich people could vote, and only rich people could be in Parliament. And as we know, rich people pay most tax, or they're most to lose from taxation, so they try to avoid it. Now, this meant that the British government is made up of the very same people, or people who represent the people who are paying most of the taxes, and when that fails, have the money to lend to the government. That's my dog just coming on screen. I won't edit that because it's probably more amusing and it'll take me 5 times as he keeps hitting the laptop. So with the British government controlled by the same moneyed interests that are lending the money to service the debt, we get the bizarre part of it. And this is the sick part of our financial system. Now, people with money lend to people without money. You can't have it the other way. So the rich who have avoided their taxes have more money to lend to the British government because the government hasn't got enough money. So they do this. And then we pay for the privilege of them doing that. So they avoid their taxes and win there. But the real winner is the fact they can then lend their money to the government and get paid for it. So in effect, the government ends up with the same amount of money off the elite, off the rich at the top, except now the government has to pay them for it. And that is the bizarre, fucked up part. If you agree with me that something's not right with that people should be rewarded for avoiding and evading their taxes, then vote for change.